Good morning. So this is our first decision round. So it's year 11. This is, as you can see, this is practice round. And company C is the top company. Their weighted average score is 109. So they will almost guarantee they get 100% for this project if in the end of the term they still perform like this. Okay. And then B is 102, G is 101, and D is 51. Okay. So I'm going to focus on B, C, D, okay, to see what they do differently. And then maybe some other companies that, how should I put it? Like, um, some of, like in some of aspect, maybe their performance is also very special. So then I will also, mention them. Okay. So BCD, CBD. So as you can see, CBG is the top three team, and they all got bonus points, the CBG, and then D 51. So let's look. So this score, this is the year 11, and this is the up to date. Okay. So this number, this row, get my pen. So this is the same as that, the top, the score there. And then with this, then you add the bonus points. So the bonus points are cumulative. So, yeah, sorry, my daughter just texted me. It's annoying. Yeah. So, um, so this is again today's scoreboard, and this score is decided by the EPS, earnings per share, the return on equity, the stock price, and credit rating and image rating. So only totally 5 index that we will look at, and you can see that everyone is 20% of your grade. Okay, the game today score. So let's see, the earnings per share, C and B are over $4, and G is like very close to $4, and D is 1.28. Okay. So as you can see, the investors' expectation is 2.5. So, D is like half of the 2.5. And return on equity, C is 37%. So B, C, G, three of them are over 30%. D is 11.6. Okay. So we'll look into like why these profit is, not as high as C. So if you see the return on equity, this return on equity is a little bit less than a third of C's and even B's. Yeah. So the stock price, C stock price at both B and C over 100, G very close to 100, D is 1259. Oh, a little bit higher than E. Okay, so H is actually the lowest stock price. Yeah. So D is probably doing something, just, maybe there's some stuff that, they missed or something. So as you can see, this is the credit rating. So in the beginning, the credit rating wouldn't change too much unless, you used all your cash and you didn't get a loan, so you trigger the overdraft loan. So if that happens, your credit score will start to get down. Yeah. I mean the credit rating. So this so far, it's good. So you can see that C has A, C's credit score, credit rating is A. So see their credit score in this case, you can see like 2319. Okay, 2319. So the expectation is 23. The best in industry, the real number is 19. Yeah. So you can see that both A, G, and I. So these affect some part of the score. And then image rating, C's image rating is 89, B is also 79, F and G. So all these are higher than the expectation. D, on the other hand, D and A both, oh, H is 61. So D is 63, A 63. And then this tells you, they don't tell you who, but they tell you the highest spend in social responsibility is this much, and the lowest is 0. So the average is like that. Okay, so you will see that something like this, but you don't know which company is doing this or which is doing this unless it's your company. So the bonus points. So we have two types of bonus points. We have the bullseye award. So bullseye award is like your projected number is very close to the actual number. So as long like all, but in all three categories. So revenues, plus minus 5%, and EPS plus minus 5%, or plus minus 10 cents, and then the image rating plus minus 4 points. So you can see like B, C, and G, theirs is like very close, like within the range, okay, across board. So they all got bonus points. And then the second bonus point is Leapfrog Award. So it goes to whoever improved the most in 1 year. So from year 10 to 11, we don't really have the score. But from here, if you improved, let's say D from 51 improved to 91, they improve 40 points. If they improve the most, they will get extra bonus points. So it's cumulative. So this will goes to here, and it adds up, in the 10-year round. Yeah. So that's the bonus points. So industry overview give you some ideas like approximately like what is the percentage of the superior material used, and you can compare this with yours. How much you use, how many percent you use in your company, and then see where you are. And then also the utilization of the capacity, and we can see that everybody utilize more than 100%. So you use a lot of overtime, okay? And then it tells you, so after like all the companies, they are producing this much. So these are the total production. And these are the the total the actual demand. So our production is higher than our demand. Okay, so there's no stock out. Okay, but there are stock out. So in total, there's no stock out, but there are companies they actually have stock out. Okay, so some other companies, they were able to pick up the extra when you have extra shoes. When one company has stock out, then customer go to you, so you sell more. Yeah, so that's, and then the private label, the demand is this much, 26, 26, 27, 27, but only this much will offer. So we only have like not enough offer. So pretty much, if you didn't make a mistake, whatever you offer will be sold. But you see that whatever sold is less than whatever offered. So that means somebody offered to sell the private label shoes, but they didn't get accepted. Okay, so we can look into those later on. And then this is the general, like this is your supply, 140, and then this is your demand, 116. And then we can see here, there are a few companies that build more space, okay? So when you build, also that's why these, how should I say, like D has lower profit because they put in a lot of money into building space. But you see D, from here, I know you don't know what you're doing. This is to build new space, but your company actually have a space to build 5 million, to make 5 million pairs of shoes in North America, 6 millions in Asia Pacific, okay? So you build space, but here in Asia Pacific, North America and Asia Pacific, you only have equipment to make 35,000. So it's 35,000. So it's 3.5 million and 4 million. So you actually can buy equipment to fill up the space instead of building new space. Yeah. And then I see that some companies build space in Latin America. So I kind of like that because I think you guys probably noticed that in Latin America, um, there's tariff, there's shipping, you know. So if you make local, you make those shoes locally, it's actually cheaper for you. Yeah. So after you build the space, next year, year 12, you will have the space, then you need to put in the equipment. You need to buy equipment to you know, to in order to build this. And I see that like some companies that filled up their space, they bought all the equipment to fill up the space. Yeah, so BCG. Yeah. So that's the industry view. And the financial statistics that tells us, like, give us, you know, who has the highest market share. Like in this case, C. Okay, C sells $150 million in internet, 511 in wholesale. So their total sales is 720. And then we see that D, F, G, and I, they have 0 in private label, so they didn't you know, get the private label market. Yeah, so this just tells us, like, you know, approximately where you are. And here the balance sheet tells me that E, F, and H doesn't have money, doesn't have any cash. So if this is the case, I would usually look at like their current liability. So both E and F, their current liability is okay. It's not too high. Okay. So I'm not sure how many of this is the overdraft loan. So this, yeah, I don't know how much of this is overdraft loan, but H, definitely, you know, very high current liability. So I can almost like, I don't know, but it looks like it's like they probably trigger the overdraft loan. But I don't know because you guys will be the one that see more details. I only know this is current liability, so it could be 1 year loan. Okay. But I don't think you will get 1 year loan this much because this is a computer team. So without getting extra loans, this is the loan you will have. So they have like $30 million extra loan. So I'm guessing and they don't have any cash and they didn't buy back stocks. So like some of the companies like B and C, C is low on cash, but they bought back stocks. So I would think that they know, um, you know, they didn't trigger the overdraft loan. They probably get some loan and then they probably buy some stock back. And then D issue new stocks. Oh, so that's why. So D issue new stocks to build space. Okay. So yeah, so that's another reason why your stock price is low because your denominator, you know, your outstanding stocks in the denominator increased by this much. Yeah. I mean, not this much. This is the value. So by, you know, I don't know how many shares, probably 10,000 shares. Yeah. So, so that's that. And then this is the financial statistics by the percentage. So this tells us like who has the highest profit margin. So let's see, in this case, B has the highest profit margin, almost 48%, and their operating profit margin is 20%. And D's actually D's gross profit margin is high. D and H are very high. But I know D bought a lot of built a lot of space, so you probably spend a lot of money. And H run out of cash, so you probably need to pay, you know, interest, pay a lot of interest, and you know, you probably spend some money somewhere. And so that's why their net profit margin is a little bit low. The E is actually, actually K and L is the lowest, so that's not it's good. So the highest is like 13%, while the lowest is like 7.2, 7.8, 7.6, so almost double. So you see here, but if I see here, the days of inventories are okay, except for H. Your days of inventories is like close to 100. So you want it to be around, you know, less than 60. Yeah, so E is also a little bit high, D is also a little bit high. Yeah. So that's that. And then production benchmark tells us, so this is what I see. But from what your screen, you will see your company's number. Okay. So you can compare your company's number with the industry average, low and high, and see if you need to adjust some of your spending. So for example, the TQM Six Sigma, the low is $1, the high is $5. But if you look at the reject rates, okay, it's 1.9%, probably comes from the company has spent more in the TQM. And then let's assume this one is the one that have the reject rate 7.6%. So by spending $4 less per pair produced, your reject rate is like 5%, 5.7%. Okay, so your reject rate is actually a little bit high, a little bit high. Yeah. So in the long run, maybe spending a little bit more in Six Sigma will be beneficial, because if you look at the cost per SQ star, so it's actually $2.50 less if your reject rate, if you put in more money in the Six Sigma, okay, so the cost is actually lower. And we have total production cost is like 23, 24 versus 30. Okay, so this is in North America. And then we have the Asia Pacific. So same thing, Asia Pacific. So your number will be here. You can compare your number with industry low, high, and average. Okay, including the workforce productivity. So if you don't know how to improve this, what you need to do is go to the player's guide and then type in what is it? Workforce productivity. It's a PDF, so you just do Control F, search the productivity, workforce productivities, and then they will have this coming out, and then you can read how do you improve that. Okay. Or I think they have videos on pretty much every single topic. So you need to go to the like the resource center or something, you know. So I don't have the same screen as you guys. So you know, the better way is like you guys set up a time to the whole team to Zoom with me. So, you know, that would help. Then I can go over that with you guys. So this is operating benchmark. So operating benchmark, similar things. Your number will be here. Okay. So you can look at like the operating profit margin in the internet segment. Okay. It's 18 versus almost $50. So the operating profit is $13 for versus almost $50. So one company is like selling really high price. And then the operating profit for wholesale, operating profit for wholesale, $6 to 13. So it's like double. Okay, this company makes double of this company makes. You can see like the profit margin 12.5% versus 23%. So that's in North America, Europe, Africa, you know, similar things. So you need to look at this number compared to your number, see whether or not you can adjust it. Okay. So what I would look is I usually look at whether or not there's a negative in profit, you know. So far so good, no negative in profit. Let me see. Yeah, so even even in Latin America, you make a little bit less, only $2, 2.88 versus 7, but you know, still it's positive, so that's good. And then private label. So see, this is what I'm talking about. So in private label, one company bid this price. I don't know what. Oh, I think one company bid 36 and their cost is 36.04. So they have a loss of 4 cents. Okay? This is per pair. So you lost 4 cents per pair. And then you make it might not be the same company. So one company make only 14 cents in Europe, Africa. Okay. So when you bid, you need to also look whether or not you make profit. So if you look at this, then I wouldn't use my capacity here. I would just sell it here, because in the wholesale, the least I can make is 2.88. But in private label, only, you know, I lost $4. Even here, the highest they can make is 129. It's lower than this one. So I would rather put in, you know, my shoes into here. Yeah. So you have to, look at the profit. Celebrities. So let's see what, so D got a lot of celebrities. So that's another reason, why they don't, they don't, their profit margin is relatively low. But I think, if they fix, their capacity issues, they could, make good money because they will have a high, market share. Okay, because they, and then they have a lot of capacity if they want to use. And C, so C, D, G, and I have the celebrities. Okay, so I is the lucky one. See, I pay the list for 2 celebrities, and D paid the most for their celebrity. G also paid a lot, and C pays the second list. So, and then you can look at the competitive effort. So this one give you more like ideas what other team is doing. So you can see that also that's why I makes a lot of, remember there's a team makes almost $50 in the internet segment. So this is probably because they charge high, and then they didn't put in any money in advertising. Okay. No free shipping. So their profit margin is relatively high. And they still get good chunk of market share, 6.1, less than industry average, but still, good. Yeah. So if you see here, like F, so this is the stock out. Okay. So they don't have enough shoes. They have the demand for 28, 30, but they only have 2239. So they lost almost 600. This is like 600,000 pair. So other team pick it up. Okay. So C also have a little bit, stock out. Yeah. So this is, what happened here. Okay. So, yeah. And then we see that some companies are not in the private label, but some companies are. So like for this company, D bid $50. So for private label, you use your capacity to make shoes for like Target, for Walmart, use their own brand. Okay, like the Lucky brand or the, the Target brand, but they have a maximum bidding price. So if you bid more than 40.75, they will not accept it. So that's why these didn't get accepted. But the rest of most of you guys got accepted. So this one, I don't know why H is not accepted. Let me see. Oh, because I bid 42. Yeah, so over 40.75. So both D and H didn't get accepted. If you guys bid 40, if you bid 40, it's under the maximum, you'll be accepted because they still have more demand than offer. So they will definitely accept it. Okay. So I would recommend, like, you guys are smart. You guys bid this much. So I would recommend you guys to bid 40 or 39. Yeah. So this is North America. And then Europe, Africa. Okay. Same thing. D. Oh, if you bid less than 100, they don't take it. So D and G didn't get it. Okay. And then F still have stock out. Okay. So some other company pick up their shares. So overall, no stock out. But same thing for Euro Africa private label, 2,600 is the demand, only 20 offer, and then only 1,900 were sold. Okay, so and then Asia Pacific. So Asia Pacific, this company H offer, I think too cheap, but like I told you, demand is 27 and offer is 2,000. So it only D didn't get accepted because it's less than 100. So yeah, so if you offer this at $40, they will still accept it because demand is much higher than offer. And then Latin America, so we see who bid 36. Nobody. So who had the loss? Huh? Huh? Interesting. Yeah, so even here, less than half were sold. Yeah. So here, the maximum is 44. So every year, I think that it will change. So there's a formula they use to calculate. Also, you can look at the player's menu. Yeah. So if you bid 43, you will get it. So you make, so everybody bid 37. So if you bid 43, you make $6 per pair more. So $6 times 400 is a almost $2.5 million. Okay. So if C bid 44, yeah. So that's and we'll talk about this later. So when we get to more details. So all these report are public information. So you guys can all access it. And in addition to this public information, you can get your company's report. Okay. So this is practice year 11. So next Monday we have practice year 12 due. And then after I record the video at noon, Tuesday, noon, everything will reset going back to year 10, the end of year 10, like when you begin the game. And that time, so after next Tuesday, everything will be count. So now it's just practice for you to practice. So D, you still, you know where you did wrong, or, you can change whatever your strategy is or fix the stuff. So, yeah, so that's it. Okay. So again, any question, just text me to set up a Zoom meeting with me. I think that's it. How do I turn it off? Oh, here. Yep. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. And you have 3 attempts for the quizzes, BSG quizzes. So if you didn't do well the first time, you can still do it, 2 times. Okay.